Today we're celebrating the humble tortoise here at Poetry Pea. If you're a regular, you may well know that this little reptile is one of my favourites. Actually, it's probably the only reptile I could say I like, and I've wanted to have one as a pet since I was a small child. Sadly, it's never happened, but when Linda Ludwig sent me a video of a cute little chap having lunch, taken by her daughter Renee, it was a shoo-in for the video prompt. Thanks, Renee. We have a lovely video by Reed Hepworth on this month. If you haven't done so already, nip over and have a look. Leave your poems in the comments and maybe you'll be featured next month. And of course, if you're featured, you'll also have your poem in the Poetry Pea Journal. While you're over there, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I believe that little action will make sure that you're notified anytime Poetry Pea has content to share with you. We do have lots of useful content for the budding poet and the more experienced, of course. I'm Patricia, and this is the Poetry Peacast. So, tortoises. What is a tortoise? Well, according to the concise Oxford Dictionary, it's a slow-moving land reptile of warm climes. Indeed, I saw some humongous tortoises in Mauritius. Whilst its friend the turtle is a marine or freshwater reptile. So that's the difference. To complement the poems you wrote for the prompt, I thought I'd have a little pootle about the books and journals to see if I could find more. And I was surprised to see that Charles Trumbull had written an essay in Frog Pond, issue 40.1 actually, entitled Turtle from a Field Guide to North America Haiku. There'll be a link in the show notes if you want to follow it up. He says specific types of turtle are not often named in haiku beyond simply tortoise or terrapin or turtle. The types that are occasionally mentioned included painted, leatherback, loggerhead, snapping, box, and mud turtles. And that the Japanese haiku refer almost exclusively to sea turtles. And sea turtle is a kigo for midsummer. Having said that, he says that Higginson maintains that turtle is a kigo for all of summer. Anyway, back to Trumbull, who says that turtle haiku by the Japanese have an element of time or longevity. For good reason. They can live a very long time. Just one of the reasons I don't have one. He gives us some examples. What matter if I live on? A tortoise lives 100 times as long. What matter if I live on? A tortoise lives 100 times as long. By Isa in Joel Hoffman, Japanese Death Poems, 1986. Sorting the letters of my deceased friend, a tortoise cries. Sorting the letters of my deceased friend, a tortoise cries. Faye Aoyagi, from Chrysanthemum Love, 2003. In their own world they live and live and live, Darwin's tortoises. Susan Farner, Haiku Dialogue, July 28th, 2021. But of course, there are other ways to look at tortoises and to write tortoise haiku. Year of the hare, in the window of the pet shop, tortoises for sale. Year of the hare, in the window of the pet shop, tortoises for sale. Lorraine Ellis Haar, Selected Senryu, 1976. A little nod there to the tale of the tortoise and the hare. And one could argue that this is not a senryu, but rather a haiku. There are a couple of Kigo after all. Where do you stand? The silent communing with the tortoise in his shell, and I in mine. The silent communing with the tortoise in his shell, and I in mine. Foster Jewell, Modern Haiku, 7/4/1976. Another common theme Trumbull sees in the tortoise haiku is their slow motion. Stopping the jogger in his tracks, a tortoise. Stopping the jogger in his tracks, a tortoise. Alexis K. Rotella, Clouds in My Teacup, 1982. Midday, the tortoise halfway round its pen. Midday, the tortoise halfway round its pen. Michelle Root Bernstein, Dandelion Wind, 2007. I had a quick wick through all our journals, the Poetry Pea ones, that is. Do you know what? We haven't written about tortoises at all, at least as far as I can see. Until this video prompt. When we, of course, were writing about our lovely little tortoise having his lunch. And so, I give you some poetry from our video prompt about a feasting tortoise. Making the most of the free salad bar, hungry tortoise. Making the most of the free salad bar, hungry tortoise. Tracy Davidson. Grazing the green of a lazy day, the garden tortoise. Joanna Ashwell. The sun spills its warmth on her. First baby bite. The sun spills its warmth on her. First baby bite. Lakshmi Iyer. Warm green scents whetting its appetite. Hungry tortoise. Warm green scents whetting its appetite. Hungry tortoise. Madhavi Kari. No longer carrying the weight of the world, he stops for a snack. No longer carrying the weight of the world, he stops for a snack. Melissa Dennison. Docile exterior belies an aggressive masticator. Docile exterior belies an aggressive masticator. Jeannie Harkamer. Midday, it trundles with the moon on its back. Midday, it trundles with the moon on its back. Rupa Anand. Feeding, delicate and quick, sunlit tortoise. Feeding, delicate and quick, sunlit tortoise. Sarah Cavallo. A tortoise reaches for the choicest blades of grass. Unwavering aim. A tortoise reaches for the choicest blades of grass. Unwavering aim. Lisa Biller. Sunlit blades, Tortoise maps the sky in each bite. Sunlit blades. Tortoise maps the sky in each bite. Sandeep Chauhan. The grass, not just greener. Hungry tortoise. The grass, not just greener. Hungry tortoise. Ivanka Ettinger. The steadfast pursuit of greener grass. A ravenous tortoise. The steadfast pursuit of greener grass. A ravenous tortoise. Kim Clue. Tortoise steadily chomping his lunch. Armoured lawnmower. Tortoise steadily chomping his lunch. Armoured lawnmower. Kelly White. Do you know, Kelly, if I put that poem to my husband, maybe it will swing the argument for getting a tortoise. Vegan buffet. Dining al fresco. Eating seasonal. Vegan buffet. Dining al fresco. Eating seasonal. Paul Callis. Thank you to all of the poets who took part in the video prompt, and especially the ones who are featured here today. It's been a pleasure reading the poems to you and finding some other poems about our little friend. I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you to everyone who came along to join me today, whether on the podcast app or on YouTube. If you've enjoyed it, do please leave a review wherever you've listened to the podcast. It will bring new people to our community. Thank you also to everyone who sponsored the podcast with a membership or bought us a coffee. It may be something small to you, but it's a big deal to me, not just because it helps to offset the costs of Poetry Pea, but it also shows you appreciate what I do. That means a lot. Thank you. So until next time, keep writing. And don't forget, there are some links in the show notes. Those of you who are ISA and Busan members will get the previously published poems sent to you, but the originals will be in the Journal 5.24, still planned for the end of October 2024. Ciao!